The kind folks at Caroma had offered me this free electric scooter in exchange for making this review video, so I accepted. In other words, I didn't choose the scooter trash lifestyle. The scooter trash lifestyle chose me. But to be clear, I joined a scooter club, not a gang. I'll be sure to add the link in the description. Clicking these links helps this channel even if you don't buy the items that I speak of. Later on in the video, I'm going to take this scooter for a test drive and see how far it will carry my 200-pound self, fully clothed. Sorry to some of you, and you're welcome to the rest of you. But first, let's see what comes in the box. That didn't sound right. The scooter comes mostly assembled, and I know what you're going to ask, and the answer is no. Mostly assembled is not related to Mostly Mike. Everything seemed to be packed very well with foam padding in all the right places, attached with tape and zip ties in all the right places. There's a small pack of goodies which Mostly Mike will unpack and describe.
Inside our parts bag we have a couple reflectors, looks like a couple, it actually has keys, 3 Allen wrenches, a little open-end wrench, another reflector that looks like it goes on handlebars, and then we have this other box, and I'm assuming that there's a charger in it, and that would be what we have, a little power pack charger.
The assembly process is pretty straightforward. The steering column simply unfolds to the erect position, and then there's a lock buckle to keep it in the erect position, and then a safety latch to keep that lock buckle from coming undone while you're riding, which probably wouldn't end well, but I'm just assuming. The handlebar is attached to the stem the same as a bike using the included hex wrenches. The height of the handlebars is adjustable by way of a quick release, and the seat height is adjusted using exactly the same type of clamp used as the one to hold the column in the erect position, only a little different. Last but mostly not least, at least for the most part, there's a cargo basket that goes over the back fender using 4 screws. There's 2 positions that you can install this basket, but you can only choose one, at least at a time. Whichever you choose, though, keep in mind that in the forward position, while in my opinion may look better, it can interfere with lowering the seat to its lowest settings. The included reflectors are probably in everyone's best interest to put on, and pretty self-explanatory as to how these go on with the included tools, but I may or may not have chosen to not put them on. Feel free to judge or persecute me for this in the comments below. As always, the Mostly Mike Show is not responsible for any tragedies or catastrophes that may occur as a result of replicating my actions in these videos. The seat on this scooter looks and smells to be presumably crafted of fine Corinthian leather. Very high-end. At least I think it's Corinthian leather. Let me fact check this. Hey, Mostly Mike. Yeah, what you need, buddy? I'm in the bathroom. Is this Corinthian leather, the seat? Yeah, I checked on it, and it's Corinthian leather. Welp, that confirms it. I'll say that this is every bit as reliable, or perhaps even more reliable than the fact checks that you hear on MSNBC or CNN. In case you're wondering how much this scooter weighs, got my tape measure. So fully charged, the Caroma Scooter weighs 47.5 pounds or 21.75 kilograms. So upon close inspection of the manual, we have the on-off switch key right here. You can see we have a full battery. You have the rear brake and the throttle, and then this is the headlight switch right here. There's a red switch on the passenger side that turns on the headlight and the tail light. When you apply the brakes, the tail light gets brighter. When the headlight is off, the tail light will still come on when you apply either brake to warn other vehicles that you are a force to be reckoned with. What will they think of? The charging cable connects to the small port under the rubber cover underneath, and the red LED on the charger will turn green once it's fully charged. I left it on charge overnight, so it's ready to do some testing.
Hi, Caroma.
It didn't seem to do too bad riding it indoors, but between you and me, I would have been more amused if the Burnout would have produced a little smoke. It did produce the smell of burning rubber though, so 2 out of 3 isn't too bad. I'm ready to take this thing to the park and see how far I can go on a full charge, and more importantly, how fast I can get this thing going. Alright, so here we go. The temperature today is about mid-30s Fahrenheit. Not bad for a Pennsylvania March. Nice balmy winter day for a scooter ride. I felt that the ability to fold the steering column to get the scooter into the back seat or trunk of your automobile is a nifty detail. We're going into some icy looking ground. Okay, we got a Harley coming up here, it looks like. I'm gonna see if he wants to race me, maybe.
Dangerous.
All right, here we go. Okay, now that was a little bit of a hill. Okay, we are on what I'm going to call a severe incline. And here I am, about 205 pounds with a quarter tank. And it's not going to carry my fat ass up that hill. So come back down, make another lap around the park. With my estimated weight and payload totaling roughly 225 pounds or so, I was pretty much at the maximum capacity that this scooter could handle. This park was mostly flat with super slight grades.
What's up? This thing's a beast.
I did try to go up one of the hills, but the Caroma Scooter really seemed to labor, so I opted to stick to the flatter terrain, which was more flattering for the Caroma Scooter. See what I did there? All right, we're starting to peter out here. I'm starting to question if I'm going to make it back to the car, but I'm only a couple hundred yards away. But yeah, it kicks in, then it's protecting itself right now. Yeah, it needs help. I'm gonna start doing the Fred Flintstone style walk here until we get up here on the level. We're on a kind of a slight grade here. Okay, and the motor picked up again, but you can see we're in the yellow, and the car is dead ahead, so didn't do too bad. When we get to the car, we'll find out exactly what kind of distance we got. Tell you what, this thing isn't bad. A little horn. And we made it to the car. We can coast in now. Save the battery. Okay, so we had just about 7 miles on a single charge, carrying my fat ass around. The Caroma Scooter went almost 7 miles on this test and hit 19.6 miles per hour, which I didn't think was bad considering that it was colder than your typical scooter weather, and I believe that I was in the peak weight that this scooter was rated for. This scooter was more fun than I had imagined that it would be. When I arrived home, I wanted to test the charging time for the Caroma Scooter, and using the old analog set to 12 o'clock and time-lapse method, the battery took almost exactly 4 hours until the red LED turned green, which I thought was pretty decent. I would definitely not recommend this scooter if you live around a lot of hills, because at my weight, it did not do well on the grades that I tested it on. But then, my inclinometer was in my other pants, so I wasn't able to test the grades that I rode on. All in all, I was pretty impressed with the features of the Caroma Scooter and think that this would be ideal for folks under 200 pounds as a commuter. I like the fact that this scooter folds up nicely, making it easy to get in the back seat or the trunk of your car.
Caroma.
I would like to thank Caroma for sending me this electric scooter. Please click the links and check out my Amazon store, which just by clicking the links before any purchase helps this channel through small commissions. Please like, share, and subscribe if you enjoyed, and thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.